I mean, who would have guessed we would be alive for such times? United States is entering the combat readiness phase. America and Israel are preparing for imminent attack, so CNN says, from Iran on us. And you see on the Iranian website, I don't know if you noticed that, 4 possible scenarios that they're thinking about. Maybe Iran is just going to use a bunch of their missiles. Maybe they don't have nuclear weapons just yet. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And they're going to try to demonstrate their missile power maybe on an international level or just a regional level. Hard to say. Maybe number 2, they hit one of the diplomatic centers, like an embassy in the region, like in Syria, or Baku, or somewhere where there's an American or an Israeli embassy. It seems like they don't really have any differentiation. They're going to carry out specific attacks, possibly on a security center in Israel, maybe a power grid, maybe use their attack drones that they used a lot in Ukraine. A lot of some of the Iranian drone technology was being used. Maybe they'll try to hit some operational power things here in Israel. Maybe they decide to hold off, not act so largely, and maybe they just do more psychological attacks. Maybe they put out a video. Maybe they use some more of their proxies. They activate more proxies. They had sleeper cells. It's hard to know what they're going to do, but I'm telling you, we're all poised. It's all over the world, poised for this imminent threat from Tehran. Now, we know that we're in readiness. Everyone's opening their bunkers. They're putting food in there. They're putting water, equipment, lights, flashlights. And so, we just got to be ready for this. And I just want to say, guys, if there's ever been a time to come together and pray verses, like just turn right now with me to Isaiah 41, verse 13. Turn with me as that head of the octopus, because Iran is the head of all these proxies, not just in Yemen, not just in Lebanon, the Hezbollah, the Radwan, not just Hamas, Islamic Jihad, but there's a lot more. And even factors that are Sunni versus Shiite. You ever notice that they're against one another, but they come together often on this issue, like the Taliban and ISIS. You have people that are Alawite, and so you have this corridor that they're trying to bring of weapons to have better strategic target acquisition in Israel. So they want to bring it through Syria, and so there's forces that oppose Iran, but they all come together. Did you turn to Isaiah 41? Please go ahead and do. For I am the Lord your God who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear. I will help you. We're counting on that. Thank you for all your help. And let's see how this thing plays out. Everyone's on the edge of their seats in suspense, metach, concerning the hostages being released, this deal. And the proposed deal involves, if I'm not mistaken, 45 hostages to be released over 45 days. And in that time, there would be a ceasefire. And progress is not really progressing. Delegates from Qatar, from the United States, from Egypt, of course, they're in Cairo along with Israeli delegation trying to get to some sort of a deal. Hamas says there has been no change or advancement in the talks. America seems very optimistic. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant says that Israel has a position of strength right now. And so a position of strength in these negotiations. Hamas is very rigid on their demands. Hamas says they want the prisoner, they want their prisoners to be released. They want the war to come to a complete end. They want the Gazans to be able to return all throughout Gaza with no restrictions. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he says that we're not going to compromise on the extreme Hamas demands. We will continue to prepare to enter Rafah, and we will enter Rafah and defeat the last of their battalions there. Humanitarian crisis is something that they're discussing, although Israel's allowing for and delivering tons and tons of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of tons of food. They're even throwing some of it out. But it's just a complex and dynamic situation here, and the international mediators in the midst of this are pushing, and there's a lot of stressing and pushing, but there's fundamental disagreement, so it's hard to know what will happen. But we are going to keep you posted as to the release of these 45 hostages from the dungeons of despair of terror.
Thank you for the helmets. Thank you for the new equipment. These are the best, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Am Yisrael Chai.